and the proliferation of digital tools, specifically you mentioned mobile phones. But we know that most of these tools cannot be effectively used without data connection. And what's happening in the country, we know, in terms of data, it's simply costly. So I would like to know what the ministry can do regarding this. Thank you.
Issue of the mobile phone proliferation, data connectivity, and data cost. I assume the question is, what are we doing with the high cost of data? Of course, it may be linked to a recent experience we just have. As I speak to you, like I put up with the public announcement, a committee that was constituted to look at tariff issues has just submitted its report, which would be tabled to the cabinet or before the cabinet. And something good is there for the people of this country. I can assure you. Now, this data things, whatever, there are so many factors. We need to change some of the business models. And let me throw it back to him, possibly you understand. It's like you have a depot, a car garage at the terminal. You bring limousine, you bring so many different cars there, expensive ones, very expensive ones. And then they are in millions and a population of 100,000. You know, everybody can get a car. But the cars need to be used on a highway. Some of those cars need certain standards. The highways need certain standards before they could be driven on them. So we have a lot of capacity at the GSC. But that capacity needs to be taken on a backbone. Even if you roll it over on that backbone, the last mile may be a challenge. So one of the reasons why it may be still expensive, we have to address the last mile. And that's one reason why we said, Gamtel, go ahead with your project, a $50 million project. Once that is done, this is the history. So the factor is not just because it's expensive because of so many reasons. It's like your car is there, but the road is not ready. So let's give them the opportunity to make the road. If you travel back in time, and you see the amount of money that Gamtel has lost simply because the gateway was actually managed by foreign gateway operators. If you look at a report that was somehow submitted some years ago, we are talking about very close to over $900 million. That cannot happen now in this government. And that's where we are. But we will be there soon. Give us 2 years, it will be history. In fact, 2 years may be too much. And not only that, we have other measures at the level of the ministry. What are we doing? How do you make sure that these tariffs come down? Business models must change. We are engaging quite a number of them, stakeholders. But we also want the participation of our own local people in these service delivery mechanisms and framework identification and or whatever you do with them. But you cannot just leave it like that. It is a merry-go-round. I do it, you do it. And then everybody does it. In other words, all command each and each in its turn all. Then we'll be there. So thank you very much.